Hello crafting friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Barbara Radzevicius and I'm Bondi Fibre Crafter. We're going to have a look at small quilts today, and this one is the first one I've made and this is the second one. They're both small quilts and they are for gifts. I make them and I call them mitzvah quilts because they're gifts with no strings attached. So that's great, isn't it? I love giving quilts as gifts. I think they're the best, especially for someone who really appreciates quilts, or a baby really would love a beautiful bright quilt. So that's what I'm making, small quilts, and so easy to make. I have been off for a while because my phone has been playing up and I edit and everything on my phone, so hope this one goes up. I'm up to attaching the binding and it's fun, but it is a hot process when it's humid, and so I need to get these two small quilts with the binding on before I quilt them, hopefully on Friday at Judith's. She's got a quilting machine, so much fun, and I think the machine quilting is great for gift quilts, especially ones that will be washed a lot and worn. I really like the idea of these quilts because they're 36-inch square. They're perfect with the fabric, so the back is perfect too. But other than that, they make the perfect wrapping for a small baby up to about 8 months. My granddaughter was wrapped in her small quilt, and it was an origami type wrap where you sort of made an envelope and then put her into the carry thing in front, and it was so great, especially in winter, and she looks so cute in there, so easy to make, and I think it's just a great gift. So I'm going to make 2 more of those, and I've also been looking through my webs, my quilt webs, and I've got a fair few, but I've got a small, I think I've got about 8 tops ready to go. I need to look into that very much soon. Yeah, I love quilting, but quilting is great in cool weather. Humidity is not great, but I am pressing on. So in this episode I also want to have a look at some, I've started a new knitting project, another ripples jumper, and I'm making it with, I just cast on. So I'm doing 2x2 ribbing and I'm using Isagar. It's really nice. I must have the label in here somewhere. These are the 2 colours I'm using. It doesn't smell sheepy because it is a purchased one. We'll look into that more when I come to the knitting. But yeah, I think I bought it in Sydney, oh no, not in Sydney, in Melbourne, and I love it. I bought 10 skeins, must have been a fair while back because I just uncovered them recently. And I thought, oh, seeing my last ripples turned out so beautifully, but I'm gifting that one, and I want to make myself one just a bit more positive ease. So we'll see how we go. I'm so glad to see you, friends, and let's go quilting. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Sydney, Australia, but last week we had like a whole week of cyclonic weather. This is my weather report, Barbara's weather report. Last week we had very high winds, and the sand at the beach all migrated up to the shops. John just about got blown over, and he's not a thin little guy. He got out of the car and the camera just about flew away. And in my last very short episode, to see if my phone was still working, he had taken some video of the beach last week, and yeah, it was, well, we knew that the sand migrates, but the sand sort of rubs glass, and so the car, because he opened the door and there was a high wind, half the beach ended up in the car too, so we still have that. But this week it's fine weather, the clothes are out in the line, and it is perfect except for the humidity, but it doesn't seem to be too much that I can't sew, and feeling great. If you like this type of content, knitting and quilting mainly, quilting and knitting, please like and subscribe. It helps my channel grow, and yeah, thanks for doing that, and I'm so glad to see you all. So let's have a look at the binding process. So we're going to have a game with setting out these beautiful butterflies, and Audrey is helping me today. Hi, Aud.
Hello.
Welcome to my YouTube channel of quilting at the moment. So Audrey's going to set flowers out how she would, well, she's going to try a whole lot of different settings and see what happens. This is going to be so much fun. So at the moment, Audrey is choosing different ones from the piles. That is one setting, which is very nice. Audrey, how would you describe this one?
Interesting.
All the blacks are facing in towards the center, and the butterflies are all circling. Let's try more. So now Audrey is connecting the medallions together, and she is doing a random selection of colors.
This time I'm not going to start with sector.
She's going to start another medallion. So today I thought, seeing that Audrey is here, we could have a look at the big picture. So a quilt size for a queen size bed, let's say, a topper. I mainly make toppers, and we're going to have a look at how all the medallions could go together and how the different colors go together, which is really interesting. And then I'll take photos of each one and have reference of how they look. Now, all these butterflies are scrap butterflies, so random is good. And Audrey doesn't have dyslexia like me, and so patterns are much easier for her to get in one go. As you can see, all the blacks are where they should be. It's so much fun playing with. It's like jigsaw puzzles, but big pieces of fabric. So you can see they're starting to go together without a path in between the medallions, which I quite like. We've got enough butterflies for 10 medallions, so Audrey will be going for a bit more. All the centers are red, so at this point. So next one.
going for is all colours in one.
This is a beautiful one because I can see you have the black and white pile now. I have 186 flowers, individual ones ready to go.
That's a lot.
It is. There's more flying butterflies everywhere. It's beautiful. Just really like this one. I like it with the butterflies on the outsides of the circles. It looks really nice, and when Audie's finished doing this setting, we'll turn the butterflies so that all the colours are facing to the centre, but not this time. We're doing the black and white, the blacks going to the centres, which is beautiful. How do you like this type of setting, or do you think it's nice and colourful random, or there are so many options?
Yeah.
It's coming together like a flower garden. She's so good at doing patterns. I wish I was good at doing patterns. Well, I do love patterns, let's face it. Patchwork and everything, quilt is patterns. But for me, patterns take a while because of the way I see things. So I need help, and then when I've got help, it's perfect. It is the school holidays. We can hear the school children next door.
I'm going for another pattern
Oh,
in the pattern. Yeah,
this is beautiful. Look, you can see a whole giant grandmother's flower garden just from the medallions. Can we see that? Like there's 6. So neat. Wow, that is beautiful. So this is a particularly nice one. All. What do we remember about this one?
You made me a ballet bag out of it.
Yeah, I made a whole ballet bag out of the little ballet girls. They are so cute. And I know that you know how to do all those steps because you've been practicing. Audie loves going to ballet. So this is what we've got so far. There are tons more, but these are the ones that I've got set out. And this is one of the settings that Audrey has done. So we can see there's 3 going across and 3 that way. That's a really nice setting, and then I'll fill in the gaps like here, make a square with the rest of them. So we'll leave the setting like it is, and we'll just turn the colours in now. So this is this is the red centres in the same setting with the butterflies all facing out. What do you think of this one?
I mean, I like it, but I don't like it.
She doesn't like it as much as when the butterflies are facing out and the black centres are in. So I'll just take a photo of this one now. And now we're going to change so the butterflies are all facing one way. So they're flying around the centers. So, or do you want to do the center one first and we'll see how it looks?
Which way are they aiming?
So have them just turn the butterflies half a turn. So that's it. Yeah, and have them all like that going around the center. So fun seeing them all come together in patterns. We have an observer. The blue one.
This one?
Yep. So that's how it is with the butterflies flying around.
They're all facing one way.
Yeah, I was going to do that next.
The blue one's wrong, isn't it?
None of them's wrong.
None of them. Isn't that interesting? Look how they are now.
Now they're all flying one direction.
Yeah. In this setting we have all the butterflies flying south. It's interesting, but not as dynamic, I don't think, as the first setting. What are your thoughts on this one?
Just put it on top.
So Audrey's going to put white centres down now over the reds, and we'll see how that looks with white centres. I do have tons more here, but the main focus is what we're looking at today. So this is the centre 9 medallions. Not the black one, just whites. They're pretty. Okay.
Goose is in the middle.
Now we're going back to white centres with the butterflies flying on the outer part of the circle. See how this looks. This is mainly just to see if we like red centres or white centres. The whites look a lot like daisies, but the red also is very dynamic, I think, with the colours. We'll see. What do you think, Ord?
Yeah, I like them both. But I think the white looks better with the reds.
Do you? It is very nice. That's beautiful. So lucky that we like playing with patterns, eh? This looks really nice too with the white centres. It changes so much just with changing the colour placements.
Yeah. Which one?
Just the middle one now. You'd probably be really good at laying floor tiles too, or? There we go. Well, that's beautiful. What do we think about this one?
I like the white centers, but I'm not really so sure about these ones.
So now we'll change them to red. So we'll just take the whites off. So what do we think about this one?
I like it.
Yeah.
But I like the white bed with some and the red bed with some.
Yeah. The medallions are all the same color theme. So we have black, yeah, yellows, pinks, K facets, reds. It's a really pretty one too. So that's a wrap up for today. We still have a nice big pile here. Thank you, Ord, for helping me. Really appreciate it and so helpful. Thanks, darling. So we're going to do a brief synopsis on what we think. Audrey, what do you think? You like the dark centers with the red?
Centers with the dark ones and the light centers with the light ones.
Yes, and you like the butterflies going in which direction?
And definitely like them better going in.
I think she liked them all going in one direction because you could see the butterfly shape more distinctly. But yeah.
Well, my favorite's definitely this one. Going in.
And which is your favourite butterfly out of the whole lot?
Yeah.
She likes the fussy cut owl. I have a couple. I really like that K facet and this one here.
I also really like
Audrey likes that one too.
and that one.
And the ballet girls, yeah. So
This
much
one-
fun.
This reminds me of Auntie Shana.
Yeah, beautiful pansies and purples. Okay, thank you, Audrey. Center we are making with our favourites.
This one could join. But swapping with what? This?
Yeah. And the ballerinas.
What's swapping?
Ballerinas for the red one, maybe. This other red one. Yeah.
And then we'll
And
put another
one
pink
more.
on the pile.
I think this green one here in the middle.
This one?
Yeah, instead of the red. What do you think? Or do you like the red?
I don't like that. And then for the pink, we could use this one to replace.
That one just needs to turn a bit, or
Which one?
that last one that you put there. In the centre, yeah.
Turning all of them now.
So there we go. We have perfect
Favorites in the middle.
favourites in the middle.
And we've added a new one in.
All beautiful.
I really like that one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you. Today I'm sewing the binding on and I'm crafting in a very small space. It's good light though, near the window. and the quilt tops are beautiful, so I'll keep on going to sew the binding on today, hopefully. I've got my quilt pinned up and I'm going to attach the binding. The binding's 2.5 inch strip, fold in half. I make my own binding. I've got a whole container of them, and this one is going with this quilt. I think it'll look okay. Beautiful. This is the second quilt I'm doing today. The first one was the red K-facet one. And this one is a garden quilt with butterflies. And I think it's just perfect for a small quilt. They're all 2.5 inch strips by 4.5 inch strips, 2.5 by 4.5. And the finished piece is 2 by 4. So nice size rectangles for this quilt. This is the back fabric. It's Anne-Marie Horner print. It's an old one. I bought a whole bolt of it at a cut price a few years back, and it's perfect for these small quilts because these quilts are width of fabric. So I've already sewn around the edge, 1/4 inch in, and now I'm going to adjust my machine so it's the next one out, which is just a bit bigger. Going to put the fabric right on the edge and sew it down. This will take 10-15 minutes to do because it's a small quilt, and then I'll turn it over and we'll do the back. This is the first quilt I did, so you can see I have already applied the binding, and that's how it looks when I've done the back of it. Let's have a look. Here's the back. I really like this quilt. The reds are so beautiful. And that's what I've got left over of the binding. Put it in the box. It's not very big, so it could go into another quilt. We'll see what happens. It's so pretty, isn't it? The colours are just so bright. Now to quilt. I've been thinking how I'm going to quilt these two quilts, and I'm thinking I will do a very small meander or small spirals. I think that will be the best. It will keep the layers together. It looks very nice and tidy, and I really like it when I'm free motion sewing on the machine. It just seems to sail along, and I love doing it. It takes me about 45 minutes to sew each quilt, and I use about 29,000 stitches on the machine. So it's always interesting to find out, you know, just how long it takes and how many stitches you use and everything. So I'm going to do that on Friday. Finished applying the binding and happy with it. Gone all the way around. It's all attached now. These are lovely fabrics I've got in this one. Parrots of the world and beautiful butterflies, and then this beautiful vine, jasmine type flowers. And here's the back, binding, and yeah, really happy with it. Got my label on. Now I have 2 quilts to quilt. So happy. I have 3 new crafting supplies. came this morning, and we all need crafting supplies. I got 2.5 meters of this beautiful linen. I'm going to make another hinterland dress, but this time, because I got 2.5 meters, I want to make 3/4 sleeves. I thought it was darker green when it was advertised, but I really like it. It is, I don't know, it's not forest green, it's more khaki type green. And I got it from, no I didn't, I got it from Tessuti. And these are labels that I'm going to use for the back of my dress. And it's called, the labels say, this is the back. Very handy for me, especially for skirts. And then I got 2 skeins of yarn. I've always wanted to try boucle. And then I saw this beautiful color. It is like, what is it? It's from Hedgehog Fibers. The color is Gossip, and it is 66% alpaca and 34% silk. So it feels really nice. I'm wondering if I should add mohair to it, or should I just knit it? Could be an adventure. And then I got this beautiful blue, and it's Cascade Heritage, 75% merino superwash and 25% mylar. And this is a color that I want to like me, but it does not. See, it's not my color, is it? But I am going to make a long triangle scarf with it, I'm thinking, and see how it goes. We could become friends. Wait and see. So they are my craft supplies, and I'm looking forward to making another hinterland dress. See how we go. This is the sewing table that I've just got John to construct. I've had the wrought iron base for quite a while. It's beautiful. Bought it on Facebook, trading, and I think it was about $50, and John painted it matte black. It's in beautiful condition, but it only had the base. Has little wheels on both sides, and also it can be connected to the floor if I wanted to. And then the top is this beautiful wood, so I only wanted it this size just to fit the sewing machine on and have a small space on each side for the quilts or my sewing. John recycled the top from, John, what was the wood?
I don't know, it's a wardrobe from the 1950s.
So this was a panel from one of those wardrobes that were very well made and beautiful timber, and he cut me a tabletop from it. It's 45 inches wide.
45 centimetres by 65.
45 centimetres by 65 centimetres. So it is a nice size. I mean, I've seen these table bases with bigger tops, even round tops, but I really like this one, and I really like the design of it. So I've already used it for constructing the 2 small quilts here, and it's underneath the window, so it is a beautiful place to sew. So I'm hoping it will be happy there, and I really love it. This is a pattern I'm going to knit again, another ripples. Love it. by Hilley. And this is the yarn that I'm going to use. This is a mohair and wool, 30%, 200 meters. This color is autumn, the red one. Not sure what the green one is yet, but I'll find the label soon. It is a beautiful knitwear, and this yarn is fingering weight, I would say. I'm going to knit in 3.5 mil needles, so it will be a very lightweight, nice type of jumper. I've set out my butterflies in groups of 6. There's 10 lots of 6 here, and colours, so greens, K facet, black and white, pinks, blues, yellows, more grey. Centres here, nice little pile of centres and reds. And this is a binding I'm going to use, and this is a pattern I've used to make another quilt which was butterfly themed, and I really like doing that one, so I thought I would do another one but similar. So this was my first butterfly quilt. No pattern, I just made it up as I went along, I think. But you can see butterflies. I don't know whether they were very distinctive in the actual quilt, but I really like it and I've kept it. And now this is a new project, and Audrey's here today, and I'm hoping that she is going to have fun with these little blocks, setting them out, see how we can go making the big quilt top instead of just little blocks of medallions. So each one of these sets is a medallion, but Audrey hopefully will make it into a few different quilt options. Let's see how we go with that. Why I've got Audrey here is she's 8 years old and loves playing with colours and shapes and can crawl around on the floor, whereas I can't. Not can't, just hard to get up. You know what I mean? That's it for this episode, friends. Thank you so much for joining me, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye, friends.